Bill O'Reilly here, Thursday, January 20th, 2022. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening across our nation. President Biden speaks with the press for almost 2 hours. Democrats move forward on Build Back Better. Most COVID vaccines unable to stop Omicron. Economists list the best towns in which to retire. Also ahead, I'll analyze Mr. Biden's press conference, but first, the president facing questions over COVID, inflation, Russia, immigration. The commander-in-chief claiming his administration's doing a great job going into its second year. Said Mr. Biden, quote, "I didn't overpromise, but I have outperformed what anybody thought would happen," unquote. Of course, the polls say otherwise. More on this in the next segment. Speaker Pelosi and the House Democrats moving forward on Biden's Build Back Better plan. The bill, as you may know, was killed by Senator Joe Manchin last month. He claims the package adds to the national debt while working families struggle with record high inflation. Some lawmakers now seek to reduce the cost to less than $1 trillion. That's 50% down for Build Back Better. Others want to break the proposal into smaller pieces. Well, we'll see. New study from South Africa says vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna fail to block the Omicron strain of COVID. Scientists believe the variant evades protections provided by those vaccines. Cases in the USA up 300% compared to last January. But hospitalizations are down 50%. Doctors in Israel now recommending a fourth booster shot for everyone over the age of 50. U.S. News and World Report listing the best places to retire in America. The towns are ranked on home prices, living expenses, health care, access to nature, and entertainment. Top 5. Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Amish country. Melbourne, Daytona Beach, Naples, all in Florida. And number 1, Sarasota, Florida. 50% of that city's population over the age of 60. The average mortgage around $1,400 a month. In a moment, a fair analysis of President Biden's press conference. We'll have that for you in just a few moments. The Federal Reserve has mentioned a few rate hikes this year, which means credit card debt is going to get more expensive, so pay it down as soon as you can. And while you're at it, please investigate all ways to spend less on interest, including your mortgage. It takes one call when you choose American Financing, America's home for home loans. You will get a free mortgage review where you can learn about custom loans that can save you up to $1,000 a month. And if you start soon, you may be able to close in 10 days. That's fast. And you can pre-qualify right now by calling 888-462-9557. 888-462-9557. Or visit AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334 and MLSConsumerAccess.org. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. President Biden's press conference yesterday lasted 1 hour, 45 minutes. It was excruciating, and I don't say that with any insult in mind. It was a tough thing to get through. So, if I had to put a label on the press conference, I would say that Mr. Biden is in denial. So he believes that his campaign on COVID, how the federal government has handled the virus, is going remarkably well. Do you believe that? He believes that inflation will be brought under control by the Build Back Better bill, which, as we just reported, was crushed. It doesn't even exist. And he thinks that's what's going to tamp down inflation. On the border, there were no questions on the border to President Biden. None. On violent crime running wild, no questions. But Putin, 17 minutes the White House press corps spent on Russia. 17 minutes. It's ridiculous. And no questions about China or Taiwan, which is a more volatile situation. Actually, Joe Biden's answer on Russia and Ukraine was good. That the United States and Europe will strangle the Russian economy if Putin invades. That was a good answer. That's what should happen. But most of the other answers were long, rambling experiences. If you had to have an album of music to define the press conference, you'd have to go with Dion's The Wanderer and Hall & Oates, You're Out of Touch, I'm Out of Time, because this thing never ended. And we didn't really learn that much. However, we did learn one thing. Everything that's going wrong in America is the fault of either COVID, Trump, or the Republican Party. Every failure can be placed there. Joe Biden's administration has done nothing wrong. In fact, again, they are being remarkably successful in running this country. Finally, the president, and this is incredible, says he does not think the country is divided. No. So every single poll, all 80 of them, say that Americans are at each other's throats because of politics. Now, as everybody knows, Joe Biden promised to unite the country, and it's more divided now than at any time since the Civil War. But the president says, no, we're not really divided. So this is delusional. And that makes me nervous. If the president of the United States, the most powerful person in the world, is delusional, we're all in trouble. Now, he may be being dishonest, but I think he thinks there really isn't a divide in this country. Crazy. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve that message by writing it. In a moment, something you might not know. Folks, everything's getting more expensive. We're in the biggest economic crisis since 2008, with a government that is spending out of control. Consumer prices the highest we've seen in 30 years. Inflation is here. So while paper money could eventually decline in value, you must consider real tangible things that will always maintain their value. How do you protect your money, your retirement, your savings? With American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to hedge your hard-earned savings against inflation by diversifying a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. So please give them a call, and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and you may get up to $1,500 of free silver on your first order. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. 877-444-GOLD, text GOLD to 65532. Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. President Biden was sworn in as the 46th president of the United States exactly 1 year ago today. Throughout the 2020 campaign, Mr. Biden made two key promises to the American people. First, he would mitigate COVID. Second, as president, he would unite the country. Well, today, new cases of COVID are up 300% compared to Donald Trump's last day in the White House. And unfortunately, the American people are more divided than ever. Here is a portion of what Joe Biden said in his inauguration speech.
We're entering what may be the toughest and deadliest period of the virus. We must set aside politics and finally face this pandemic as one nation, To restore the soul and secure the future of America requires so much more than words. It requires the most elusive of all things in a democracy: unity.
Now, to be fair, no president ever could have tamped down COVID. No matter what your policy would be, this virus is vicious and the most contagious thing I have ever seen in my lifetime. But Joe Biden went on record as saying, hey, I somehow will defeat COVID. And that is not come to pass. The second soundbite is a little bit more disturbing. I think that's the right word. Joe Biden has not tried to bring this country together at all. He has governed to the far left. According to polling, about 25% of Americans are in or sympathize with the far left. The other 75% do not. So how on earth are you, Mr. President, going to unite people when you are taking an extreme view of politics? And this isn't a situation where there are two sides. Mr. Biden is governing to the extreme left, and he said he would not do that. He would bring people together. Now this. Bill O'Reilly here. It is time we diversify for the new year. Rate increases are already forecasted. Experts say apartment buildings and condominium values are on the rise. I have told you about NRIA. They have substantial properties already built and selling in top markets. They are targeting competitive annualized returns for investors and have a 15-year track record. This is the year to balance your investments with real estate and invest in a solid foundation. So please call the team at NRIA, and you will be very happy you did. 800-800-1414. That's easy. 800-800-1414. Or you can visit them at nria.net. That's nria.net.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.